Avatar, Meher Baba
Meher
ki
Baba ki
jai.
jai.
We're here today with Roshani, and I'm so interested in the story of your service project. So we arranged a whole interview just to talk about that, and of course, anything else that you find relevant to speak about. I'm very interested. So, Jai Baba, Meher
Jai
Roshani.
Baba. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. So, to begin with, that it is his projects, his work, his love, his cause, and he's the doer of it all. And we are sweet little puppets trying to be good, so-called good. There is no good and bad, as Baba says. And there is only the least intensity of good, which we call bad. So between this, we keep oscillating and trying to make it's like the dream and the illusion that we are in. We are all only trying to make it better. So let me have a better dream today, kind of, and see what I can do in the tangible reality, so to speak, to make the dream better. So, what an irony that we are living in. And firstly, so grateful and thankful to Baba that we all are here together. And all the opportunities that Baba has given to be even of a dime of support or help. And I want to open up, like, with something very, very important that began, and I felt always that we think like I'm doing good. So I'm doing charity. Oh, I have old clothes, so I want to give. I have money, so I want to give. And in that aspect, there is that, okay, there are these poor little things in on earth that are there who need help, and so to speak. But there was this beautiful thing that came about at the onset of my journey, that there is no giver without a receiver. And that impacted me very, very strongly. And imagining the analogy that, so we used to do these food drives, take little food packets and give it to pavement dwellers on the road and so on. Drive in our cars in the night, across the suburbs and stuff like that, and roam around and just keep giving these little food packets. So the analogy came that imagine that you've taken these food packets and you're going around the city. And now there is nobody there to give those food packets. So the first thought that will come is, oh my God, nobody is there. My food packets are all a waste. I couldn't give. The thought will not come, oh my God, I'm so happy there is not a single beggar in Mumbai. So the
That's
aspect,
funny.
isn't it? And the aspect is that when even the fleeting thought that I'm able to give this old, new, money, blessing, whatever it is grace that is giving the opportunity for us to be able to give. And He is coming as that receiver to grace us, without which I cannot be labeled the so called giver.
Is that how you started with little food packets?
Yeah. So we had already started it. And we were doing these little things when I would go to Mehrabad, we would take these ration packets for families and so on. And it was right at the onset when I was creating my website and, putting in the vision that there are so many, there are billions of stomachs to be filled and mouths to be, catered to. You cannot do to everyone. So this whole thing of I want to change the world is a farce. You cannot change the world. The only person I could change is myself. Of today, what I can do or what I cannot do. And to be honest with it, to be aware of it, and then to allow grace to allow me to do it. So right at that time when I was putting that, Baba, what would be your thing? What would be your essence? What would be different for us to have this organization? So many people also say, oh, there's so many things happening. I don't know where to give. I don't know where to trust. Nth number of people. So in the beginning, the organization happened just what today actually you are doing in a great, amazing way, Angela, that to become a marriage bureau or one side who always I heard my friends in the film industry and so on that, oh, I want to give, but I don't know where to give. I don't trust. There's so much wrong happening here and there. So I one side kept hearing that. And one side was the grassroots, which said, I need help. I want this. Ye nahi hai. This is not there. That is not there. I don't have the reach. I don't have the marketing power to reach out into the world to get this. So the first thought was, because I don't have a place to house people. Like I cannot become an orphanage. I don't have the money to even register my NGO. So forget about anything else. So the first thought was that just because I don't have money or just because I don't have this, how best I can make of the resources I have in hand. And that learning comes from my film industry work as well. Because when something is not available, you make the best available. And in India, you call the word jugaad. What is in your hands, you make the best of it. So my aspect to Baba was that you tell me the way forward. You tell me how to break through this. And if it is your work as it is, you bring the money, you bring the means, you become the giver, you become the receiver. And that is how it unfolded to creating something that I can do individual things. And tiny things can go on because that's my individual passion or compassion driven acts that I can sporadically, randomly do. But if I have to do something beyond me, greater than me, then it has to be an outfit. It has to be an organization. It cannot just be me. And therefore, the aspect of, putting it as a foundation. And just out of the blue, the name came. So it actually started with my teacher. So I'm very, very close to my school teachers, my principal, and still my nursery teacher, and everyone who are alive as well. And I was very, very close to my teachers. And when our old teachers moved on, I would try to coordinate with the school authorities, and we would create a prayer meet, meditation meet for acknowledging the, in gratitude of what the teacher did for us. So one such very, very close teacher who moved on during that time in 2011, and it was a prayer meet for that teacher. And before that, this contemplation was going on that it has to be an outfit, it has to be an organization, it has to be beyond me. And now is the time for me to go beyond these, sporadic acts. So right there and there, uh, I just, after everything ended out, I just got something so strong to just blurt it out without any plan that I'm starting an NGO, and it is called Meher Roshani Foundation. So it was just there was no aspect of thinking, oh, the name has to be this and Baba's name has to be involved and my name will be involved. Nothing of that sort, you know. And that was, in
And,
fact, a few months that Bauji had given me the name,
and Roshni means light, correct?
Yes, correct.
And how long ago
You
was
know,
this that you blurted it out?
so 2011 was, the aspect of setting it out. But 2012 is when the name and, uh, it was set out that, okay, I'll create the website now with it, kind of a thing. So we set out with the work without any literal name or registering or anything. And we started with something which came to me as a happiness event. Now, all of these little ones or underprivileged, they get what they need through some charity or some. So I felt they don't get things that they may want. They don't get things that could possibly be luxury, so called, how our normal middle class society children might enjoy a fun fair or, a day out at McDonald's or anything of that sort. So why don't I step in and try to give them that little joy and happiness, which otherwise nobody wants to spend money on. They want to just give those clothes and they just want to give this or that. But recreation and feeling joyful from within is an important part of life. So that's how the annual happiness event was the first thing that came about. I was teaching at Whistling Woods International at that time, which is still a family and one of the biggest supporters as an individual, which is the president of the institute, Meghna Ghaipuri. And I have been with the production house when I was in the film industry. And before I gave up everything and gave up my film industry work, for 2 years, I was teaching at Whistling Woods. So all of this was going on with my, parallel work in my spiritual journey and the NGO work opening up. And I said, I will marry these two people. I will call up and message all friends and clients and students until that time who can help, and I will reach out to the grassroots. They are called balwadis. So every slum area or hutment area has these small, holdings which are called balwadis, where they people only volunteer to look after things, to reach out to the government or whatever it is. So the thought was to catch them at the grassroots because they are not marketing savvy. They are the ones who don't have the reach to get funds or get things, and are always, so they are not the cries and the UNICEFs of the world who have crores of rupees to get a brand ambassador and churn out the monies and all of that. So I started looking out and asking people around the slums in Andheri and so on. And as Baba would have it, I struck upon a very great organization called Prayas, and they were a very, very active, very hardworking, very devoted Balwadi and organization, which was, and people from the slums only volunteered to create things. They themselves had formed the organization for themselves. So I got in touch with them, and we got the children of the surrounding 4 5 slums that they were connected to come for the happiness event. And very kindly, at one go, when I told Meghna that I want to do it at our campus, because this would be like a field day. They will never be able to see a place like this. And over there, film shoots happen and a whole lot of stuff goes on. So I said, if I can get the campus to do this, like one day fun fair, starting in the morning with breakfast and magic show and Zumba or dance at that time and so on, create a Santa Claus out of one of our workers, have a cake cutting, have some workshop, which would be educational, in an unconventional way. So best from the waste, or to create eco Ganesha statues from mud and from home flour, atta, and all of that. So those kind of things were thought of. And annual happiness event became our trademark event for Meher Roshani Foundation. And that's where the
And
journey
you
began.
started that in 2012 or something?
2011.
11. The
Yeah.
happiness fair started then. Wow. That
Yeah.
was your
In
first
December. In
first
December.
more organized events.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. And all my students who did my spiritual workshop, meditation workshop, were my first volunteers as well to step up, and other old friends. Then I had kids. So my thought was that this is not just halla gulla, ha, and over and out. This is to embed something long lasting in them. And just praying to Baba, just put down some thoughts that came, that it is involving the children of my students, friends, and clients, so that they understand what is harmony, that they move away from discrimination of high and low, and I am this and I am that. So we got children involved to play, to volunteer, to create stalls. Children would make lemonade for these children. They would create toy stalls for them, that ring the toy like in a fun fair. And I would get my friends' children to run those stalls. And
Not
then in the
not
games,
necessarily
yeah,
selling, but just providing a little joy in
no
that
selling.
stall.
Yeah, yeah, no
That's so
selling. It's
wonderful.
free
So
lemonade.
wonderful.
It's free lemonade and nothing. There
And
is
play with my
absolutely zero
toys
payment.
and
Yes.
make
And
something
the
here.
toys.
So
Yeah, and the
sweet.
toys. Everything is also donated. So what you ring on, you take home. So toys and old clothes and all of that was collected, which were in good condition. So in that also, I created parameters. because it is dignity of labor and respect to whom you are giving. 99.99% I still get people send dump of clothes with holes or this and tattered, and we have parameters written. They should be washed, they should be folded, they should not be tattered or anything. Please use them as your kitchen sink cleaning swaps. Don't send it to poor people. No, they don't want this. So you don't make them feel more degraded than they're already feeling. So these nuances I felt Baba was giving as a USP for our organization, that we do not treat the receiver just like that and take the receiver for granted.
Yeah, I agree. That's a very high standard. Somehow we think that if they're less than us, then they take our trash, but actually they're humans. They have dignity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like so many times, if I have very great shoes, but the heel is broken, but otherwise they're very great, I would get it repaired and give it, and still ask, "Do you want to use this?" you know so that is how little steps began, and we moved on to make this as an annual affair. And I told Meghna that, can I get the campus every single year from here on? And she was like, it's yours, please do it. And they sponsor the breakfast, and then we collect uh, event based donations. So now, because we were not registered, we could not give any of these IT receipts and things like that. So it's called the ATG, the compliance, which gives us income tax rebate when you give any donation. So when we set out, I didn't have that lakh and a half which is required to even register an NGO. So I said, oh gosh, to even register for good work, you need so much money. I don't want to register. Let it be. But just because of that, I don't want to stop good work as well. So whoever we wrote to, I would write that we are doing this event. I need this. If you can bring this directly, great. Or the funds would cost this. Whosoever will get all the bills, and bills will be sent to you. We don't have ATG, 4G, 5G. There is no G attached. So if you are not concerned about that, then please step forward and support us. And Baba just opened up the floodgates. Right from the first event, we could do everything that we truly wanted to, right from snacks and puff cakes to patties to Black Forest cake to snack packets bus home. Then every year we give them a return gift. So they get a return gift, either a school bag or a set of color paints, shoes, and so on. So every year we decide what new gift to give them.
That's incredible. Incredible.
And every year we accordingly then make the budget, and we kept on increasing. And in fact, the first year itself, we were 125 kids we did it for, and then moved on to 200 kids. During COVID, we couldn't get so many kids together. So we did it for about 85, 90 kids at that time in 2021. And that's how each thing went into the other as we moved on.
Incredible. Just incredible. I see the vision. It's fantastic. So then from this fun fair, you started spreading out to more of the year?
Yes. So then we started doing that every month we will do a food drive. So there is something called dal khichdi, which is a very simple staple diet in India. So we started doing dal khichdi packets. Then on Women's Day, we bought saris, about 200 saris with bangles and bindi packets and all, and gave it to pavement dwelling women, and went again driving around to give them. And not to make men feel left out, we also bought little oil bottles and little pocket comb and all for the men of the apartments as well. So we distributed that, and they were so thrilled because It was, and like, telling everybody happy bones. Wo kya hai? Like in Hindi, what is that? And say, in the full year, one day is there, jo औरतों का दिन है. So I said, actually, औरतों का every day is औरत का day, but one day, international foreigners, no, they say one day is for women. So, oh, acha, like that. So we did that, and couple of events we started. Then we started doing workshop. So another very core aspect of the base of the whole organization was, I always was within me the belief that you give fish versus teaching them fishing, and I can't give fish to the billions who are hungry. But if I empower and enable them, then they can make their own fish. So vocational training was another part which was, already there in the vision. But of course, in time to come, when we have funds, when we have support, it would unfold. So we would start doing, again, random projects. So we didn't have one place where we could run. So again, my Whistling Woods came into place because they have a fashion school as well. So we started doing workshop for tie and dye. We started doing bag making workshops and simple basic stitching workshops and so on. So we would gather 25, 30 women and do a 1 day or 2 day workshop, that kind of a thing. And such other sporadic workshops started. Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about Whistling Woods. So, who do they work with, and how did you get to know of them?
So Whistling Woods actually is like my family. So in my film industry, I was working with one of the biggest directors called Subhash Ghai. He is called the dream merchant in the industry, has given break to a new starlet in his films. And I was assistant director to him on 2 of his blockbusters, and thereafter moved to marketing head and so on. And then in my last leg in the industry, while I was moving out, I was teaching at Whistling Woods. So I was a part of Whistling Woods right in the making also, when it was being planned and everything. And then I left and joined another production house in between. And then after it was made, that is also complete serendipity on how it all happened. And that's a different story. But it came about back in my life, and when Whistling Woods was running and up and about, and I became the senior producing faculty over there to teach that, and international marketing and distribution. So during that time, I was teaching there. And that's how, and Meghna and I were, connected all through that time. I joined them in 1996, also the year that my mom moved on to Baba. And for me, it was always my mom's blessing, because she went on in September, and then in November, I got this dream job, which I always wanted to. And right from the time in television, I would always say that when I move into Bollywood, I'm going to work with this director. And
That's incredible. And
it
Whistling Woods, who
manifested.
do they serve?
So Whistling Woods is the premium institute for television, film, and media studies, along with a music school, fashion school as well, advertising school as well, within the same campus. It is about 5 to 7 acres of space in Film City, which is the biggest home ground for shoots and all of that in Mumbai, in a place called Goregaon. And it is, as per Hollywood Reporter, it is one of the top 10 schools in the world.
Wow, that's incredible.
And then years later, we started involving the students of Whistling Woods as well. So they would do the Zumba workshops, and they come and do a few of these workshops for the day, and conduct those workshops with the children. So the idea was that again, another common statement that I heard, oh, I don't have the money, I can't do charity. I said, no. So on our website, I wrote, charity is beyond money, and our focus is mindful charity. Give your time, give your strategy, give your ideas, give your network, give your contacts. That's charity. And we helped people go beyond this thought that if I don't have money, I can't do charity. That everything is an exchange when you're putting it onto the table. There is no free lunches in the universe, right? Even if somebody is doing something for free, somebody else is looking after the upholding of that person on this planet for their food, for their living, for their eating, for their drinking. So somebody is paying off for that person who's doing free for you. So in its larger sense, I was always made to know that nothing is free and that we are only doing this. You are
Moving
doing
things around.
management. Exactly. You know, the game that we played, moving the slaughters, what is inside it? You don't know. It just keeps moving from one side to the other. And I was made to realize that we are just doing that to make sure that the right thing goes in the right hands. And he has already
That's
programmed it.
beautiful that you don't own that thing that's in the cup. You're just simply receiving it and then you're giving it and then and it ends up in the right hands because that's following Baba's will. That's following Baba's lead. Beautiful.
Yes. So, and then one thing grew from the other. So also, so we had this beautiful place, which was our event space in Andheri West in Mumbai. And in 2013, something we were together, and I told Meghna that one day we'll have our vocational training center of the foundation at our Whistling Woods place in Andheri. And she was like, yeah, you know, big hopes in the sense, and we both laughed. And I said, I don't know when, but someday it'll happen. And it took about 9 years, 10 years for that to manifest. But Baba did make it happen. And then 2022 October, again, bizarre story of how it all came about. And October 2022, on one of the big days in the Hindu calendar called the Dhanteras, which is an auspicious prosperity day, so to speak, before Diwali, 2 days before Diwali. So on that day, we opened our main office and vocational training center in Andheri over here.
That's incredible. That's amazing.
And
So how big is it? What is the
it's a huge, like 1,100 square feet space. And then we have partitioned it. I've made it into cubicles and so on. So we have a beauty course going on. And now just like, so in 2022 March is when Meher Baba Children's Center happened first on Dhuni Day. And we started that. And
Yeah,
in
speak more about
October,
that.
yes.
How did that
So
start?
So that again, so earlier, I would take help of Raj Kalchuri Devi, and I would take these packets of ration to Mehrabad and then call all these villagers at Meher Nazar. And the caretaker worker who was there is like, the ringleader of the village, so to speak. So she would, hey, all women, come, 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 take ration. So, or like 100 in a line would be there. And then at Meher Nazar, we would distribute ration packets to the village folk and all. And I always, deep inside, wanted to do something again substantial. And again, the thought was that in life itself, because there is so much disparity, there is huge amount of crime. Because there is so much discrimination, there is huge amount of crime. And whatever little that we can do to bridge that disparity, to help people become conscious contributors to the society, then we can think of a supposed crime-free space. And what better to think of than the sacred land itself, where every passing time these people are begging or, doing things, and we are coming in our cars, we are bowing down to Baba, and we are going back happily into our grind. And that pinched me every time that I visited Mehrabad. And I always prayed that Baba make something happen, that, you know, I can be involved to do something more than just taking these ration packets to Mehrabad. And our beautiful COVID meditations with 7 realities was the turning key for Baba.
Really?
So, and I
Wow.
said that also last time when you were not there, that in the Baba Zoom where the children performed, I mentioned this, that it is our 7 realities meditation, which Caroline used to attend. And then she stepped up that, I would like to do something if you want to do. And I would keep sharing this, that, I have a dream to do something for the children in Mehrabad. I have a dream to do something for the villagers. And I don't know when Baba will make it happen, whenever it happens. So in general, just, outpourings of our general conversations after the meditation. And that's when Caroline came in, and then she came on board. And then over there, Patrick joined in, and then there was earlier somebody else also who's not with us anymore on board. But we started that in March on Dhoni Day with 8 children. And then by about
Sorry, March of 20,
2,
2022.
yes. And then by September, we were almost about 65, 70 children.
And you started in someone's house?
Yes, so we took a house on rent, an empty house on rent, and then we started in that condo, and we put up, and that's how the journey began. That if
It
we help,
started in a rented house with volunteer staff, and you just jumped in.
yes,
That's
volunteer
incredible.
and paid staff. So what we did is
Okay.
we took paid staff from the locals. So some of the mothers and grandmothers of those very children are the paid staff, so that they get employment as well, and the circle starts getting complete of them being empowered and financially independent. Yeah, people say they have lands and they have this and they are rich, but they are not living rich. Living rich is different. That you have an ancestral land which is sitting on your head and you can't do nothing about it. So that doesn't make you rich, especially of this category, you know. So the aspect was that if we can help these children and then slowly extend to the families of teaching them human values or values that Baba wants for each heart to be his center. And that has been and is the vision for all the work. So all the slum kids also are Jai Baba, and with every gift they get, there's a Baba photo that goes inside. There is Baba prayers to everything. And then we replicated the same model for the slum children in Mumbai as well.
So it
And
started in Mehrabad and then you brought it back to Mumbai.
yes, yes, because that time we didn't have a place
Yeah.
in Mumbai.
I visited, as you recall, your children in Mehrabad. It's incredibly joyful. Tell us a little bit more about what you do in a day and how much you provide.
Sure. So they come Monday to Saturday, out of which Wednesday is a break. And don't ask me why, it's an odd day break, but that's how it is, because Sunday they all go to church and so on, a lot of them.
Yeah, you
So,
mentioned that they're Christian, yeah? They're very
yeah,
Christian
yeah,
in
yeah.
Arangown.
And the journey to take them, that whether it's Ram, Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, is Baba, is the journey that they have been going through. And Baba never asked us to leave the religion. Baba asked us to leave the mechanisms and ritualistic aspects of our religion, you know. And each to their own. There were people, even during Baba's times, which were Ram Bhakts or Krishna Bhakts, and feeling that when they saw that. And there's so many foreigners as well who has seen or experienced Baba as the ancient one or as the second coming. So as the thing is not to turn around somebody from their ethos or basic belief, because Baba says our work is only to put his name to the ears. The journey from the ears to the heart is his job. And we shouldn't try to tamper with that. We shouldn't think we are doing it. Oh, I got this one to Baba. Oh, I got that one. Nobody brings nobody to Baba. He does his work himself. He only utilizes us. So there are times where naysaying people also say, oh, she's utilizing Baba. I said, if I'm utilizing Baba, you don't know who Baba is. Because Baba can never be utilized. He utilizes you and me.
That's right.
He doesn't need protection. He protects you and me. His
As
legacy
if,
doesn't
right?
need protection. He protects us. And if we think that not even a leaf moves without Baba's will, how do you suppose any of this is happening without his will? So either I believe that everything is Baba and Baba's will is driving it, or I don't believe that it is Baba. I cannot have convenient, stake in it that, oh, what I want is everything is Baba. What I don't want is everything is not Baba. So I'm very, very clear disclaimer and a black sheep to call this out. And I'm hated by many, but so be it. I love that. That there are many you hate, and it's a great part of Sanskara showers of washing it away.
Getting
So
feedback is part of being a Baba lover, isn't it?
absolutely, absolutely. And as Baba, and every time that this happens, and anything that seemingly is trying to so-called deter, I remember only Baba's sentence that his work majorly happens through humiliation and opposition. And that drives me to the next spot again. That everybody go away, let's just keep doing what we are doing. And for anything, not this, for anything in my life, I am grateful to Baba, and I pray only for that strength to be able to do that. That whatever is there, thank you. Whatever is not there, thank you. Whatever you want to bring, thank you. Whatever you want to don't bring, thank you. Whatever you opened up, thank you. Whatever you will close, thank you.
Beautiful.
And he did that in his life. He opened a school,
Yeah.
closed it. He opened a hospital, he closed it.
Yes.
So whose guarantee is it? You go out of the house and you pop, you don't have guarantee of nothing.
Yeah. Can we go back to what you provide these kids?
Yes. So with these kids, can I share the screen?
Yes, give me a second here. Oop.
Yeah.
Yes, you should be fine to share.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. I'll open first the NBCC one.
So that's fascinating that you started the Mehrabad Center and then you were able to bring it to Mumbai. That's amazing.
Yeah. So vocational training and all we started in Mumbai, and the other things that we were doing as other workshops and all. But the children center started, and in Mumbai, the version that is, so now we plan to do it in other rural areas in India as well, and other slum pockets in Mumbai. It's called Saath Shala. So Saath means we are all together, and Shala means school in Marathi. So it's a school of growing as a human and not just your conventional studies.
Beautiful.
So this is the driving force, this the whole quote, but this extract from this quote of the way of my work is the way of effacement, which is the way of strength, not of weakness. And through it, you become mature in my love. At this stage, you cannot know what real love is. But through working for me as you should work for me, you will arrive at that ripeness where, in a moment, I can give you that for which you have been millions of years seeking. And my dear workers, the whole quote, I think, is like all of us as Baba lovers should read it like a daily mantra.
Yeah, beautiful.
So, this is our loving team and some Baba lovers who had come. We have everybody's ID cards as well. This is our loving staff from the locals who we have employed. So this is the journey that I was saying. Now we started, and the aspect is to provide them from end to end of their need-based life, and also the little part of the recreation and things that otherwise they may not have. So every day when they come in the mornings, they come Monday to Friday, besides the Wednesday and mornings before school time, and Saturdays they come in the afternoons. and they get some little snacks like peanuts or banana or something. And then at 9:30, they get proper food, some khichdi or sabzi, which is vegetable, or something that is made by the caregiving team, the locals who are hired. So between that, there are teachers, and then there is a caregiving and cleaning staff. They are made to play games, sports, yoga. They learn meditation. They learn Baba songs. They learn Baba prayers, bhajans. They learn to dance. They do art, craft, computers. We have now 4 laptops over there. We are
That's
hoping to get the
amazing.
fifth one. We give them uniforms. We give them their shoes, sandals. We every 4 months have a medical camp where we have tied up with this amazing hospital called the Garuda Hospital, which very kindly does a free camp for us where the doctors come, and Mr. and Mrs. Garud, who are the founders. It's the biggest cancer hospital in Maharashtra and India. And it is the second hospital after Tata Memorial, which is in Mumbai, which has got one of the topmost radiology machines. They serve at least 6,000 free patients for cancer every year.
Wow.
And they bring a pediatrician, eye doctor, normal GP, and all of that. And uncle, auntie, both who are the founders, they are cancer oncologists, but they themselves come as well for the checkups. And then we have a checkup for the children and the mothers and the grandmothers and everybody. And then whatever medicines are
And
prescribed
and these are
gets done.
folks that you met, you're friendly with them, and that's how they
Yes,
got involved.
yes. So I approach,
That's
yes. So
incredible.
through my
That's
dear
incredible.
friend in Mumbai, Nana, so we approached and we got them, and they agreed beautifully to come on board and help. And every 4 months or so, we try to, and sometimes if the doctor is not available or so, then we have done 2 camps, like, twice a year or so. But whatever medicines are given, then are taken from one of our local chemist shops from there, so that he gets an earning as well. And then it is distributed. We also got general tonics. So every day they are administered vitamin, multivitamin tonics as well, because
That's
most of them are
amazing.
malnourished.
That's incredible. You
Yeah.
provide so much.
Yeah. Then we keep sanitary pads in the center for the women, for the ladies, and for the younger girls, who are in the 8, 9, 10 standard and who would need it. So provisions for everything. We have a first aid box. We are equipped with 8 camera setup for the CCTV outside and inside. So I am micromanaging, sitting in Mumbai also with every 50 grams of jeera packet coming or rice coming. Caroline, I, and Patrick are in touch like 24/7. There will be chat going on. There is a group chat, and we may taught them WhatsApp and got them all on WhatsApp as well from their phones, the caregiving and the cooking and the teachers and everybody, so that we can keep sharing things with them, videos with them, pictures with them as well, so that it keeps motivating them. Because for me, it was always that nothing that Baba make me do which is fragmented or in isolation. It is always about an umbrella view or a holistic view of what I'm contributing to your overall life. And that is the vision and heart centric, effort in whatever that Baba makes us do. That may it touch upon the overall life of this person and their surroundings. Then we
And
had our
to
first Meher Maja.
give that continual mentorship and inspiration. To
Yes,
be
yes.
exposed to ideas that are bigger than they can see in their little village.
Absolutely. And then
So
every
then they're
Saturday,
coming before school, and
yeah,
then they're going to school, and then they're coming after school. So
correct.
what
No, after
schools are
school, they
they?
don't come. Only
Ah,
Saturdays they come
after.
because it's a holiday.
Yeah.
So they come in the afternoon.
And what school do they attend?
So they some go to the local Marathi school, some go to Meher English school. So the trust supports those schools and they go. Some of them don't go to school. So we teach them the normal ABCD and 1, 2, 3, 4 and all, and they know numbers till 100 now. They know the full ABCD, they know the basic words and so on. And we teach them art, craft, or playing on the computer and so on. They are learning drawing and geometry on computers. So we are wanting to
Incredible.
expose them to different things and not just the conventional education.
Are there some people who have decided not to go to school because they have access to you?
No. In
Okay.
fact, what we did was when they came, some of them, though going to school, were not going to school. They would go to school, eat the meal that is possibly given in the school, or just do some time pass and run back. So when we came to know, when we started in the next few months that we started, we got to know where we sent Mehra to meet the school principal and ask who all are, the school children. So who all are registered, who all are going to school and trying to find out. And they said, oh, nobody comes to school and they just run away. And I said, okay. So we got hold of all those who were registered to supposedly be in school and said, if you don't go to school, you don't get nothing over here. You don't get samosa, you don't get khichdi, you don't get clothes, you don't get nothing. You don't come here. So we got them back to school on the pretext of the lollipop of coming to the center because they got much more. And it's not that, so somebody say, oh, the school is already there. Why is it the need for us? But the need for us is because the school cannot look after the paraphernalia. There's nobody to teach them at home. They have illiterate, uneducated people in the house. Who will teach them? So out of a bunch of 100, one might turn around and be some really smart guy who might turn around something. But if they are not given coaching for life and not given things that can, pacify a child as it is growing up and not get caught into the crime and disparity around him or her, only then will they be able to make some difference. And tomorrow, when these grow, and become a clerk or this or that. And with the influx of pilgrims, with the influx of housing in Mehrabad, and it being the universal pilgrimage place in time to come, we are 44 years away from the year of manifestation, as Baba has said. So if we are preparing the seeds today, that tomorrow the influx that will happen, all of these people will be in employment. You can dream of a
And
crime-free space.
and you're inspiring them to think much bigger than their little village, and you're inspiring them to interact with the world. They're going to be world citizens, and they're going to be in Mehrabad. And how amazing is that?
Yes.
How many children are you serving? What ages?
So from the toddler in the hand who comes with the mother to eat and be around and play on the tricycle, right up to 10th grade. So we'll
And how
go,
many now?
yeah.
How many now?
So at a full strength, when party is there and stuff like that, there will be about 120. Regular could be 30, 25, 40, depending.
So
But yes,
they come as they wish. They not necessarily tied to any
yes,
attendance.
yes. But we do try to tie them to attendance as
Hmm.
far as possible. But of course, we don't have any such fixated means to do that, or neither have we imposed on it. So, but yes, so if you see this cursor, if you see this is yoga class going on, meditation 10 minutes, their
Beautiful.
eyes are shut.
Wonderful.
Then they have learned the Indian national anthem. So this was on Independence Day. And we gave them these orange t-shirts as little uniforms of the center. So besides on Saturdays and those who don't go to school, they could wear this and come to the center rather than wearing any tattered and torn clothes. And these,
Wonderful.
if you see in the check clothes over here, they are the school uniform going ones. So 9:30, quarter to 10, they leave for school. This is the Karur Hospital Medical Camp on the left, where I'm with this little child over there. So the doctors come and full checkup, and another room there is eye checkup going on. So both the rooms are occupied with the doctors doing different things. Then they have a movie time. Patrick and Caroline are like Baba's gifts. Like I don't have words to express for them. I have no words to express, and I will have no words to express my gratitude for them of everything that they're doing and driving.
And you also have ability to take care of some special needs kids.
So we have two such kids. One kid, in fact, is very lovingly, personally looked after by Prema, who is again very, very attached to the child. So it is that. But we have, like I myself, with Patrick and Caroline, have gone, taken them to the the big civil hospital. And the civil hospital, surprisingly now, since 2, 3 years, had started with a special OT division, which is occupational therapy for special kids. So they have a complete free running for speech therapy, play therapy, and different other things. So we have tried that the child be taken there, but again, nobody is there to take the child, and different limitations stop us from the child regularly going there. But the graph has been like this for today. What Lakhan is, thanks to the immense love and nurturing that Prema is doing, along with Patrick, Caroline, and the entire atmosphere of everybody around. And there is another one called Mugi. Mugi is, I think, right here somewhere. So she is there and she has started interacting. Otherwise, she would not. She would just sit in the corner. And so now she gives high fives and she knows. And when I come, she will pull my dress and, like, she will know, she'll draw something. She will bring the paper to show me and show anybody else. So you can see, so many times I hear, unfortunately, people saying, oh, you're doing all this for them. They'll never change and all. I said, I'm sorry, you have no clue how much they have changed. And because as
It's
an
amazing.
outsider, the gap is so much that you can't really see the change. But when you are, with the horses blinders and you are there with them, then you will see from where to where they have come in the 3 years.
And the regular kids, you must see a huge difference because
Yes,
they're exposed to much more than they can be in school.
yes,
And
yes,
all that you're doing is in the mornings and of
yes,
course Saturday afternoon.
yeah.
And you're
And
giving them
23,
playtime
sorry.
and exercise and inspiration and vocational studies and a little extra tutoring.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's incredible. It's like a wonderment that 1 or 2 hours every day can make such a difference.
Yes, yes. And they are like supposed to mandatory say Jai Baba to anybody crossing on the village roads if they say to Jai Baba when they come in, Jai Baba when they leave. Every day before prayers, 3 prayers are done. So there is Annapurna prayer, which is a Hindu prayer for the goddess of food. So that is done with the Om chanting. Then there is a Jesus prayer done. It starts with Beloved God prayer of Baba, and then ends with thank you God for the food we eat, thank you God for everything. And so it is an amalgamation where they are involved, that all of these prayers ultimately are going to Baba. Which language you say, to which God you are saying the prayer, it's all going to Baba ultimately. This is a viewing time, so they view some little educational YouTube films that Patrick plays, and Patrick lines up. Patrick has downloaded worksheets and so on the computers. Patrick has got a foosball table, we have got ice hockey table. And the works that they can't even imagine to see otherwise, you know. And then every alternate Saturday, earlier it was every Saturday, I said, no, no, we shouldn't indulge them. So we had every alternate Saturday now samosa given to them, besides the normal food, khichdi and all. So they are thrilled on samosa days. And yeah, then we give them shoes and uniforms every year, the school opening time, and normal sandals and all during the year. Then we gave umbrellas new umbrellas during the rainy season to all the workers and so on. So this is our daily and monthly and clothing and other needs that all the foundation donations that come in go into that, and of course salaries and all of that. So there's electricity, there's water, there's hygiene. Now since about a month or two, they started with every Monday cleaning. drive. So they clean the entire road and surrounding of the main MPR road, which connects to our center, which goes to the Meher corner and the T junction. So all the children with
That's
plastic
amazing.
bags and all, and then all of that is taken away for it to be burnt. And now there's a garbage van or something going to come, so then that will be given to that garbage van possibly. So there's shoes, socks, school bags, school items, electronic items. So we have a printer, we have a refrigerator, we have AquaGuard, the water RO for clean hygienic water. We have a projector and so on. We need these student flap chairs for the elders because they have, journals and all of that, and it's difficult for them to sit on the ground. So that is one thing still we are wanting funds for, to have at least 15, flap chairs for the elders. So this is how, and the daily needs are food items, cereals, dal, vegetables, stationery, toys, books, and so on. And whoever even gives donations, I scout out and segregate all of that of that this is for the younger ones, this can be this can be this, and then we put it across in the center in our inventory.
So, are you still having trouble receiving funds internationally?
Internationally, we cannot because we don't have the FCRA. We don't get, we don't take funds from the international sources. It's only right now Indian friends. Primarily, 90% of our foundation funds are from my Baba's grace, from the clients and friends, old time friends and students and all of that. And some kind Baba lovers who started in since the last 2, 3 years when the MBCC started, that they, as and when they can, they support us in different ways. But otherwise,
Like,
because see, people think that it is only the need, but for an NGO to run, it is not the need only, it is a paraphernalia to get that need to be reached as well. So I need employment, I need a team, and there are admin costs which are needed to be met from the donations as well. So for 14 years, I was peon to president and doing everything because we didn't have the money. So whatever money came, every penny went into impact. There was nobody who was hired or anything. But of course, when you want to expand, when you want to impact a larger unit of people, then you need the surrounding, ecosystem that needs to be created. And everybody needs bread, butter, and water to live, and a roof on top. So you can't get free workers as such
but
for your brass tack needs.
but I do think that there probably is a way that if you had some company providing some of these items, even us from afar could pay that company and buy those things. So at least the physical goods we could actually support,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
even if you can't directly receive the funds. And then you could use your funds, local funds, more towards wages and what have you.
Yeah. So gift of items is fine. You've given this item and this item is being used. So, there is absolutely no harm on who is giving that item to us. So yes, of course. Then this was a beautiful article that very kindly Noshirwan
Oh,
did in
wonderful.
the
You
Glow
appeared in the Globe?
magazine.
Good.
Yes, yes. This picture that you see on the left is the annual happiness event picture in Mumbai, where they all, and this also is from the annual happiness event where they're in these Santa caps. So this was when in one of the annual happiness event, we had a planting drive. We planted 50 trees in the Film City campus of the Whistling
Wow.
Woods and made the children do it. And each one that event got a kitchen garden, mint and an ajwain celery plant to take home. And this was on the computer. Patrick was playing something on. Now we have a television, so I had my old television which was good working, so we'd taken it there, and now we connect the laptop to the television and they see the yoga, they do the yoga from, so they're watching the yoga and all doing together.
So sweet.
So These are our future dreams. To have our own ground and a two-storied building where we can run vocational training for the ladies in the village and the men who can be taught, electrician jobs, carpentry jobs, plumbing jobs, and so on, so that they are not becoming alcoholics and wife-beating men in the village and can get into becoming productive and come into the community cycle. To create local employment at our sacred land of Mehrabad, to create a crime-free, discrimination-free, harmonious balance between the locals and the others by removing that jarring disparity and making Mehrabad an example to reckon with on rural development and empowerment. These are some of our oh, there is this name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who is this name? The fifth name on the right-hand column.
Yeah, I don't know.
So these have been some corporate and organizations that have been our support for these 14 years. And all of these are individual friends and well-wishers.
Oh, on the right, who's that?
Yeah, who's that? So we called, right. So Meghna was our first goodwill ambassador, and I got that term, and I said all friends who are, being our support in the ecosystem. So they are not necessarily nobody's out of that 1% maybe giving money out of this. But the aspect is that they are there, their name is there, their energy is there, their force is there to talk to their friends, to come for our events, to, celebrate our joys with the children and so on.
Well, I'm honored to be on the list.
Let me, okay. So let me, is this changing? Is this changing? Can you see it changed? Okay.
Yes.
So just to take you through that, we all want to do, as I said, we all want to do charity, but we don't know how to do mindful charity. And also in flight, years back, there was this airways called Jet Airways, and they used to have this envelope, charity envelope, and you kept whatever you want into that, and then you forget about the envelope because it goes somewhere. You don't know. So that analogy came to me while I was, praying to Baba on the whole thing while I was creating the website and all. That is mindless charity. I don't know where the 500 went. And I'm not even bothered because I'm busy with my whole shebang of life. But when that 500 rupees I've given and I say, hey, can I come to your event? Oh, can I give these trophies to the children myself? And therefore, the word was coined social service for the soul. That everything that we do will become S3 initiatives. That it is your soul which is gaining that happiness first, the moment you even think that I want to do good. So CSR of reducing and making the world a better place in a larger scope of things. So we work on environment as well. We work on hygiene. We work on values of humanity, harmony, especially religious harmony in Mumbai, and as a primary aspect. We have all our compliances in place. So this again is another Balwadi, a Hutman school in Worli, where I used to go when we initially started it.
You look so
This is our
young.
little team.
You look younger.
This is our little team at the Andheri office. This is the same. These are some words from my friends and people who have supported our goodwill ambassadors. So we are operating from four key pillars: education, healthcare, vocational training, and community service, to create an equitable and inclusive world. So for everything, yes, poor people have, but there's a poor hospital. So he'll go there and then he will have 6 months waiting to do a sonography. The person is dying of pain, but there is 6 months waiting to do a sonography because there are like lakhs of people who have to take free, thing. So from the healthcare, we are creating something called the medical consortium, which I go to. So creating best practices on financial. So when we were not registered, we couldn't give receipts and so on. Anybody, okay, this event costs us 2 lakh rupees. Anybody giving money, whatever comes in kind, but whatever is bought, all the bills are sent to all the people who contributed even 500 rupees. This is what it was spent on. And we, oh, don't tell me all these photos. You're sending me 20 photos. I don't want all these 20. I said, no, 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 you please keep 20 photos so that you know what was got. We want to create a robust financial practices, ensuring responsibility of the use of funds. So now some corporates who are stepping up, seeing our work for all these years in Mumbai, who are stepping up to do it. So somebody who says, I want to give for medical, then that money will only be used for medical. Somebody says, I want to give it for MBCC, that money is only used for MBCC. So we make sure that, the corpus or somebody who says, oh, I generally want to support, because as I said, people don't understand that admin and paraphernalia also needs donations. So of course, we have some kind people who then give us for the corpus to, help us put up the team and have people to run for all of these things. Then these were the key initiatives of what we have done in these 14 years. We've conducted over 50 programs, different sporadic programs, impacting about 4,000 lives. Then annual happiness event, which started. And then since MBCC came up in 2022 December, we started our MBCC annual happiness events as well as a New Year event. So in around Christmas, it happens in Mumbai, and 31st January, because I am every New Year in Mehrabad, it became the 31st December will become our MBCC annual happiness event. Then the Life Skills Academy, which also will cater not just men, women, and the LGBTQ community as well. Then regular medical camps, distribution of free medicine supply during COVID with the kind donations from all places and friends
Yeah, in
and
fact, Babazoom was able to
support.
contribute something.
We were able to support about 700 plus families, also 3 hospitals in Ratnagiri Khed, where we sent little supplies, but different other NGOs were also sending, and we were a part of that. Then MBCC, the medical
And so was
consortium.
Babazoom, thankfully. Jay Baba.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Then the areas of impact on ground impact is education, livelihood, and health. These are 4 key verticals under which we are creating the impact. So Life Skills Academy for vocational and skill training. Most of these people, not because of just a lack of education, but because of the lack and limitations of their living standards and surroundings, are not interested in studies. So we are trying to reach out to certain municipal schools and lower end schools to give us a dropout list of which children dropped out from 8th standard, who we can skill in maybe Canva and reel making or computers,
Fantastic, yeah.
or photography. And then beautician course or sewing and stitching or whatever is their faculty of interest. And then put them into it and then drive them forward. Then Meher Baba Children's Center, our rural project. The replica of All India now will be called Satshala, which is in Mumbai, and the medical consortium to create a fraternity of humanitarians, organizations, hospitals, doctors that can sponsor medical care for the needy, eliminating the financial barriers. So we are bringing a board of doctors, each of one faculty, one ENT, one dermat, one gynecologist, one orthopedic, one, 2, 3 surgeons, 2, 3 GPs, and so on. And then they will commit to us X number of free patients in a year that they will do. Nobody gives us any money. It is an MOU that they commit that whoever, we will vet the appeal that this is a genuine case, this is a needy person, this is income is below poverty level, and whatever is required as far as the compliance is, and then we send it. The similar thing with doctors and hospitals, and organizations that we will do with imaging centers for free MRIs, free blood tests, and so on. And then from the corporate CSR, because there is pre and post hospitalization care also, which needs physical money and liquid cash. So from the corporate CSR, which comes into the consortium, will be utilized for any such facility for medical care and support for the poor.
That's incredible. Where is that located, or where will it be?
Mumbai. And then it'll spread to all India.
That's amazing. I love that your vision is like, well, it's in one town, and then we're going to go to all of India. I love it. It's fantastic. Nothing short of ambitious.
Yes. Oh, we used to always, as children, we thought, aim high and you will hit somewhere. So
You're
we
hitting. You're definitely hitting. Ralph
just,
has a question.
however outrageous your dreams can be, I always say dreaming is free of cost. Okay.
Free
There
of
is no
charge.
barrier.
Yes. Dreams are
Yeah.
free.
It's free of cost. So just dream and then you keep working towards it, and whatever he wants to make it happen, he will make it happen.
Ralph had a question.
Yeah,
Yes, Ralph.
Roshani,
Hi, Ralph.
Roshani, all that I'm seeing, all that you're showing us is immense and looks, I mean, really, I mean, uh, ex exemplary. I mean, too good to be true. That it's all you, or you have people, you must have connections with people who are quite capable to make all of these things happen. Over, I mean, between Bombay and Mehrabad, Nagar, can you touch on that for us? Maybe you already have, because I came late for I'm
I
sorry.
couldn't get that part of the question.
How do you do it all?
How?
Is it you assign, you find people who can bear such responsibility and have the kind of initiative it would take to make these things, all these projects happen. Now let Angela, you help me. Did I make sense, Angela?
Yes, you did.
Sure.
Okay, you might want to
So
elaborate and help
I got it. Yeah.
so that Roshani understands me. All right, Jay Bob.
So at one end, Ralph, sometimes when I think also, I don't know how it is all happening.
Don't know how to, yeah.
How it is all happening. And the
Amazing.
other side is that he makes me do 80% of the work alone. And then for the 20% of like really hardcore things, he will get the people to come in when the time is there. So till a point, he will make me, run solo, helter skelter for everything. And then he'll say, okay, now my compassion will bring Patrick and Caroline to be there to do something. So like that, then, people, so there is it, in Hindi, we say, Kaam karte chalo, naam japte chalo. So just keep on doing the work and keep japping his naam. And karwa banta gaya, which means the caravan will keep filling up. So when the person is walking ahead, you don't know how much caravan has increased behind you. And people from whichever
Incredible.
you're crossing this path, I know somebody comes out from this lane and then joins. Oh, people are going here, let me go, let me go. And again, you're moving ahead, and then somebody comes out from another crossroad and says, oh, wow, this is happening. Oh, let me go. So I always believe that everybody cannot do everything, but everybody can do something. And I put on that opportunity that Baba give me that strength and courage to help. So even my rickshaw driver, when I said that anybody can do charity, he's no more, he moved on in COVID, but he was my regular rickshaw guy who would come around for these food drives and stationary drives through the pavement dwellers and all. And I said, that's your charity, you're coming around with me and spending time. And I said, now you want to do still more with yourself? You give batata vada or the samosa to 10 children, 5 children, whoever you can afford to. That's your charity. So for me, it has been that Baba, and I still believe, I eat, breathe, sleep this, and I'm not just saying it, that Baba does his work. And I don't know from where money has come. I don't know from where, because if I have to think back, being a small organization, no marketing spends, no big things that, he has done way beyond one could have ever imagined or dreamt of. And that made me feel that even my dreaming is small because what he can do is beyond imagination.
It's incredible. You have created a body of work.
Another thought that
So,
came to mind was curiosity.
okay,
You don't
don't go
want
by
to
the
kill
lorem
me.
ispum dorem dorem downer. Don't read
Yeah.
that. I've just put it.
What'd she say? What?
I said, don't read the bottom part on the blue strip. The
Yeah,
lorem
that
ipsum
you were
dorem
just get.
No problem. Yeah.
But yeah, so they are eating meal, they're doing their yoga, and here we were celebrating the Independence Day.
In many of these, so there's I can't count how many individual projects there are, and they're here and there, right? So, like, in how many instances, I'm curious, in all instances, in some instances, is Baba's name involved, or but not
Every,
that you try to preach Baba to anyone, or
every,
but everyone Baba's name is involved to in some
yes,
way as a
yes.
the
Now we had a little tweak.
benefactor.
Yes. Now we had a little tweak to this. So when we started Satshala, I also started doing the same thing as we do in MBCC. So we started doing the Beloved God prayer and, all names of God. So there is a little delicateness with most of the slum children being from the, Islamic community. And for them not to feel otherwise, and for them not to feel that anything is being indoctrined to the children or so.
Yeah.
One fine day, after about 2 weeks or 3 weeks of it happening, I got that the Beloved God prayer in the end, when they are saying, hold on to Baba's Daman,
Yeah.
change it to hold on to God's Daman.
Yeah.
And I got a little perturbed. They didn't know, how can I change that? And I said, I must talk to Cyrus about this. So but something was there. Cyrus was busy. I couldn't talk. So I shared it on the group with Caroline and Patrick that, this is happening last 3 weeks they've been doing. But today in the prayer, I got that I should change this and not give any scope of something going wrong, of the parents feeling anything or, having a misconception or wrong perception in mind. So Patrick sends me a beautiful quote and which states words to effect in the thing that Baba has said that there will be a time where my words will be edited to suit the consciousness, so to speak. I will try to search the quote. And but the essence of it will remain of what I want to say.
Beautiful.
May I
And
ask, who are Patrick? Are they Americans or Patrick and Caroline? I'm
Patrick is an American, Caroline is a British.
British. I know an American, Caroline, who would
Yes.
fly to this, to your work, because it's her in her line of interest.
So
Yeah.
So then I kind of rested a bit, but I still wanted to talk to Cyrus. And then I clarified with Cyrus as well. And then we went ahead with it. 3 weeks down the line, 2 weeks down the line of changing it, two parents came up. We will not send them to the Satshala. I said, why? What happened? Why are you doing all these other prayers and all of that? And they're coming and telling us that they're doing the prayers. Da, 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 da. And then we had to sit and counsel the parents of how they need to understand that all are one. They need to be in harmony and so on. But now that was a one-on-one. And tomorrow it takes so much in Mumbai for something to become this or affect the good work that we want to do. And same thing, similar thing happened in 2019, 18, when 19 early when we were not registered. And I had this that somehow or the other, now the organization has to be a registered body in India. And I said, Baba, from where will I bring this lakh and a half amount to be given for the opening and setting up the account and, opening the organization and all? And I was guided to open up to an old friend who's also then become a Baba lover. and knows about Baba. And I just blurted out that, 3 in the morning, I got your name, and we've not even spoken for like God knows how many years. And I said, I just got this. I want to meet you and I want to share something with you. And I shared. And he said, just 2 weeks back, a week back, I told my mother I want to do something, but I don't have the time to, organize, do things, but I want to do. And then that friend came forward to put that first amount which we needed to register the organization. And then COVID happened. If we were not an organized organization or registered organization, we would not have been able to raise local funds.
The timing is amazing.
And how? And forget that again. So 2022, now we had applied for this ATG in in the 19 when the registration happened and all of that. But it takes time because there are stacks of applicants, as NGOs and all. So it had not come through. And then COVID happened, offices closed and all. So we didn't get our ATG or anything. Then in 2022, when MBCC started, and 2022 October, the Life Skills Academy started, I went on praying. I said, Baba, now all of this in all Josh and, winding me up, you have got everything. Now where will money come for all this to happen? We need big money. Little friendly donations will not do, Baba, now. And nobody will give big money. Companies will not give us till we have ATG. Our old application, 22nd, uh, October, we started. For the whole year, we could not do much. Okay, I'd spent all my money and personal money, credit card, some friends gave to do up the whole place because it was a whole square open and I had to do the infrastructure, get everything for the courses and all of that. So we did all of that. And then I had the place standing for a year almost with nothing much happening, with very little sporadic things happening. And then with the prayer that Baba, we will not be able to run this without, a larger support from big monies coming in from individuals or corporates. And which again, another serendipity, the 26th September is the Founders Day kind of a thing, because that's when I unleashed it to the school friends that I'm opening the NGO types. So 26 September 23 is when we get our ATG certification that comes in of the old application. Exactly in time for us to need that money to set up the Life Skills Academy for the courses to begin.
So much faith you have to have.
And at every step, that is my only daily prayer. Baba, give me the strength to have the faith in what you are doing, even if I cannot see it in front of my eyes. This is our Founders Day celebrated. This is the center of Whistling Woods, which is now with us. They have given us the space. So we had 80 underprivileged women coming, and we did this whole dupatta making DIY, where they were given mirror packets and they had to decorate and create their own dupattas with it. And then they performed dance. I'd got a friend who is a very professional singer. He does parties and events, and he did a free performance for the whole evening for us, for them to enjoy. Then my celebrity friend Tushar Kapoor, which is a very well-known actor over here, he came for the evening to be with them and motivate and encourage them. Then my other co-trustee Chirag, who is there, the friend who stepped in and who is a trustee as well. So this is Chirag, and he runs a makeup academy. So in the beauty course, the 1 week masterclass for the makeup section, he takes with his trainees. And this is the badge of the beauty badge. This is ex-mayor of Mumbai who came for women talk and orientation for domestic violence and all of that. So we keep having such programs as well. We have a legal department, dear friend also, again, he's a Baba lover too, Jamshed Mystery. He's a very senior legal person and runs one of the biggest consortium of lawyers, which is the International, Lawyers Alliance. So he's our honorary head. And there's another one, Mr. Rajdeep, who's also his acquaintance, who became our honorary legal person as a senior advocate. And we had in between started, which we want to restart, Legal Aid Sundays. So one Sunday a month, 2 hours, the advocates come and we announce it to the slum people and they can come and get free advice, legal advice. Because otherwise they
That's
don't know where to
amazing.
go.
Yeah, that's amazing. When they get a certificate, are they employed? Is there,
Yes, yes.
yeah,
So these people get a certificate, which is the government certificate for the beauty course and all. And they, if you see the certificate photograph on the right, bottom, second, and they also get a certificate from us, which is endorsed by Whistling Woods as a logo imprint on the certificate, and by Global Dialogue Foundation Australia, for which I'm the director for the Unity in Diversity India chapter for the UN World Civil Society chapters.
wow.
So our certificate stands as an international vocational certificate and international volunteering certificate, because all the volunteers and interns also get the certification, which is endorsed by Whistling Woods and Global Dialogue Foundation.
That's incredible.
So every day the idea is, what more synergies can we bring onto the table that can benefit the end benefactor. So these are our center requirements and all. It's again the same. So future goals for Mumbai and other such rural and MBCC as well is to have smart classes, is to run online classes where tomorrow you want to teach them music sitting in Myrtle Beach, you can do that. So video conferencing
Fantastic.
facilities. So have our own building in Mumbai, Baba's Grace someday, where we can run all these classes and centers and trainings for them and get them employment. Growth strategy we have put in of our financial sustainability and, building up capacity strength is all. As I said, that, you want to impact more, you need more teams as well. Because unless there is a human touch, unless I send a human into the slums to meet them and talk to them, it cannot happen. So building sustainable capacity reach is also one of the key things that I put forth, and opportunities of collaboration, joint initiatives, monetary, merchandise initiatives. So we have so again, another thing for me was that as an NGO, besides the donation, I need to have income verticals, so that we are not constantly just relying, and we can generate these people to become shareholders and entrepreneurs within. So they become entrepreneurs of sorts, and we create the entire business support system and ecosystem for them and for them to rise further. So that's where the charity merchandise, where I created those 30 different Baba items, and just like my clone Angela does at her end as well. And we both are literal clone sisters Baba has brought together.
It's true.
Not only in essence and vision, in size and height also.
Yes, we're twins.
So yeah. So now we are moving towards corporate merchandise as well. And hopefully have somebody who we can employ to look after that division. So that is the thing. And we want to have a travel division. So we want somebody to sponsor or donate us a bus, a mini bus and a car, which can be put for travels. So travels to Meherabad, travels to Delhi, travels to wherever, and that becomes an income for the NGO.
Brilliant.
And also saves us cost when we want to utilize it. So we are not
Yes.
hiring and we are not paying costs outside of us. So money saved is money earned format as well. Plus it becomes an earning vertical. So this is just benefits for the current, aspects of the donations coming in from corporates or individuals. So, yeah.
Fabulous, fabulous. That's incredible. The whole scope of your work is magnificent, and I just love that every time you're successful with something, you're like, okay, we'll just take it to the world now. Not just stop here. We're gonna take it to every town and every village in India, and then from there beyond. Why not?
Yes, yes,
It's
yes.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And wherever Baba takes us.
Yeah, I'm still trying to take it to myself. And then because I'm in the world, then it'll be between me and the world, it'll exist in some way. Meaning it means Baba, yeah. That
The most peaceful soul who doesn't have any responsibilities and only can think of Baba is right behind you, Ralph. And I can see him scratching.
I put
Her.
I need another flea inspection. She may need
Oh,
more drops
oh,
back.
oh.
Yeah. She,
But peaceful and sweet. I look
yeah.
at my cat also and say the same thing.
She and Betty have the same name. Yeah. Somebody. You want to say hi?
Yeah, see?
She's feeling shy today.
So sweet.
There's her brother, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hey. Yeah.
Joe, come here.
I would, if it is digressing, I would like to share, and I'm going to share it on our YouTube on Baba's birthday. But I would like to share that song, the experimental AI song, of where, and it just bizarred me that where Baba can take technology,
Yes, go ahead. I think it's a
and
beautiful
Baba
song.
Zoom is the gift of technology from Baba.
Yeah.
And it is the evolving and how best we make it a boon and utilize the resources that Baba is just opening the floodgates of rather than fearing them. If we learn to utilize the resources, and that's why I was
That's right.
experimenting with that thought in my heart the other day. So I would like to, if with your permission, share this. So these
Yes.
words were written. Mhm. Of the song. And then I went to the browser and I was, so-called experimenting and faffing around of what can be, and just kept on typing different things and different keywords to see what can happen. And then finally, with all the mix match, this was gifted by Baba. I'll just share once again. So I've just right now put Baba's photograph to it, to the song. Where's the share sound? Share sound. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.
From the breath of dawn to the fading light, love's the flame that makes us bright. Every word, every thought, every way, let love be the path we walk each day. We are love, we are light, born to shine, to make things right. In all we think, in all we do, let love be the voice that speaks through you. love's the truth we're meant to find. Not in anger, not in fear, but in the whispers of hearts sincere. We are love, we are light, born to shine, to make things right. In all we think, in all we do, let love be the voice that speaks through you. Through every moment, great or small, love's the answer, love is all. Not just in words, but in the way we choose to live with love each day. We are love, we are light, born to shine, to make things right. In all we think, in all we do, let love be the voice that speaks through you. Let love be the way, let love be the truth, let love be the song that sings in you.
Beautiful. And that's AI. It's incredible.
Oh, so Roshani, what did you give to AI? The words?
Give the AI, yeah, so I'd written the words, so I put the words in the prompt, and then I give prompts of the voice. So, you can sing it out and it'll change your voice. You can put the prompts, I want the girl voice, I want the man voice in the second verse, or whatever. So you give various prompts. You say, I want a combination of classical jazz with drums and guitar or whatever. So whatever mix match, and
Wow, that's beautiful.
so you don't like something, then you go back, you create a new prompt. So you keep experimenting till you get what you want, kind of a thing. And I was amazed with what came about. If you don't tell anybody, you can't say these are not recorded room voices.
Right.
And how my croaking voice can be turned into something like that.
Amazing. It's a new world.
Croaking's
Absolutely.
good. It conveys sincerity. Or-
Uh-huh.
So beautiful. Thank you, Baba.
This has been a
Well,
wonderful
thank you
program.
very much, Roshni. Thank you for spending some time with us and explaining the whole start to finish and the vision and how far you've come in these years. I mean, you keep pressing forward, and the constancy of your application is how all these things come together.
So grateful to Baba.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And I'll just turn this so that you can see this big picture, because this is the picture in Myrtle Beach, which is, I think, a life-size image in Myrtle Beach. This painting,
Mhm.
if you can see.
The one that has the rainbow colors?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I don't know if it's here.
The garland.
It was commissioned by Myrtle Beach to this painter. I got hold of it in 2011,
Hmm.
and it has been very, very deeply connecting. So when we had this new space to do our Baba satsangs and our other wellness work and everything, I always had in mind that the new space will have this as the big frame.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
there you see, don't worry, be happy. We got this
you
lovely.
have amazing energy, Roshani, and he has put it to work. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, gorgeous. Wow.
Incredible.
Is that
Roshani,
made of
good job.
plastic? Is it made of plastic, Roshani?
No, it's made of fiber. Yeah,
Fiber.
it's made of, it's an eco thing. So out of waste plastic and then done.
Is it like paper mache reinforced with plastic fibers?
Yes, so it is wastage plastic made into items.
And
So
then laser
recycling
cut.
Recycle.
And then laser
and then
cut.
laser
So,
cut.
Oh,
yeah.
laser cut.
I'd
Yeah.
like to end with 3
Yes.
Jai Babas, and then we'll stop the
Yes.
recording and we can hang
All
out.
right.
Can we do
Avatar
beloved go
Baba ki jai.
Jai?
Avatar
Tar
Baba
Meher
ki
ki
jai.
Jai.
Avatar
Avatar Meher
Baba
Baba
ki
ki
jai.
Jai.
Jai
Thank
Baba.
you, Baba.
So
Thank you
many
for
Baba
this
blessings on your
opportunity.
work. Jai
Thank you for this
Hey,
opportunity to share. Thank you all of you
Absolutely.
to be there. So
We're
grateful
blown
to have
away
you
with
all. And I miss you all. And someday hope to see you all in
You want to
Myrtle
do the
Beach.
beloved God prayer, yeah?
Yes, I wanted to.
Yes. Oh, yes. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Beloved
Please,
God.
Betty.
Me?
Betty, you
All
could
of us.
start.
Beloved
your
God,
idea.
help us
Help
all
us all
to love you
to love you more and
more
more,
and more and more and more and still yet
still
more
yet
until we
till we
become
become
worthy
worthy of union with you,
and
and help us all to hold fast
to
to Baba's Daman
until
till the very end.
Avatar Meher
Tar Meher Baba ki jai.
Jai
Thank you.
Baba.
Jai
Thank
Baba.
you.
Jai
Thank you so
Baba.
much.
Thank you.
Jai Baba.
Thank you so much. Jai
Thank you for
Baba.
all your work.
And happy belated Valentine's Day with the beloved Valentine.
That's right. So
Jai
many
Baba.
blessings for your work to continue
Such
and
good
for
work.
Baba's work to flourish.